Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the Vrooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 9 on Nintendo Switch, and today we're gonna be doing a 1v1 since the new season just began, and oh boy, it's a mess. I'll talk about it, but first let's look at the cars that we have available. We have the Tushek TS900 Racer Pro and the Hennessy Venom F5. This might seem like a very strange selection of cars, but I'll talk about why they are there. I'm gonna make sure to record a separate video with Tushek, but first, I wanna drive the Hennessy Venom, why wouldn't I? At a rank of almost 4800, this promises to be very, very strong, almost at its maximum rank. I mean, like 200 and some points under, but still, we're gonna be starting with the Hennessy Venom, and yeah, let's see what we can do. Two things to mention real quick. One, the volumes might be all over the place, and I'll explain why. It has to do with the update, but if something sounds too quiet, something sounds too loud, yeah, it's a little bit out of my control. I did the best I could to get the volumes to a decent level to what I normally record with. But yeah, we'll see. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention real quick, it's the fact that this 1v1 might be a little bit difficult. And not only because of the car selection, but because the rewards were doubled for this. In fact, oh boy, it's hard to know where to start. The anniversary season just ended, just technically earlier today. You know how one ends and the other one right away starts. So the anniversary season ended, and during the anniversary season we had this special event in relation to the community managers, which is Steph, is it Steph and Joe? Part of the community managers, or rather the community managers for the Nintendo Switch portion of the game. And that's gonna be the first W. Let's go, baby! Alright, well, I said it was gonna be difficult, but at least the first race was easy. But yeah, I would imagine there's gonna be some extra competition today. So yeah. And while we look for another player, might as well continue while I can concentrate on what I'm saying. In the anniversary season, there were special events dedicated to the Switch in which you could get a bunch of blueprints for the Venom and for the Tushek. In fact, that is how I managed to unlock the Tushek myself, because I had already had a bunch of blueprints from before, and thanks to these events of the anniversary season, I was able to get it at 1 star, but I have it now. So this is why these two cars are the ones on this weekend 1v1 on the Switch. You know that normally it's a 1v1 of the same car, and it's somewhat related to the current season, or sometimes it's just random. No, this time it's different cars, and it's precisely because of that. So yeah, that is why we have those two cars available. Now, why do I keep saying that this entire thing has been a bit of a mess? Well, since the anniversary season, well, technically, you know how Gameloft, since a while back, especially in the global version, but also on the Switch, what they do now, it's actually merge several updates into one single, or rather, several season data into one single update, meaning the game needs to be patched once, but it contains data of seasons that may not even be happening. And that is exactly what happened about 2 months ago when the previous update dropped. They had information of cars that were still many seasons away, including something like the Donkervoort. And surprisingly enough, even though that is a Legend Pass car that we were supposed to get in I don't know what season, still in the future, for some reason during the anniversary season we got it as a Legendary Hunt. So now I am the proud owner of a Donkervoort at 4 stars thanks to the hunt. So things are getting a little bit weird. This might be an indication that maybe at some point some season might be skipped. I kind of doubt it, but there's that possibility. And that's another W. Let's go. Now, I wonder, I suppose everybody picked a Venom, but I guess there's a possibility where it would be a Venom versus the Tushek, huh? Anyway, okay, there we go. Oh, look at that! Talk about the Tushek versus Venom. Let's see how this goes. Uh-oh. In Osaka, he might actually have the advantage, because Osaka, it's, well, you know, it's not made for top speed cars, and what is the Venom F5 if not top speed? But anyway, so the season that just started is the Around the World season, in which the Automobili Inferno Settimo Cercio, however you pronounce that, it was supposed to be featured, but because Gameloft is, or I don't know how that works, but there's some licensing issue between Gameloft and that particular brand, he went on a different route, okay. Apparently there's some license issue, and nowadays we don't get anything related to the Inferno in this game. So that is kind of weird, kind of sad. And apparently they replaced the car in here for, I believe, the GTA spam. I'm not even sure. My point is that, yeah, this update is all sorts of weird. On top of that, again, remember, this is the update of around the world. Somehow, we got the splash screen with the Revuelto, and the Revuelto is already on the files. Now, I don't imagine that it's going to be made available anytime soon. Maybe it will be until next year, as it would be expected. Ah, Jesus! You know that the Revuelto in the global version showed around March, if I remember correctly, the end of March. So I would expect that in March 2024 is when we would see the Revuelto. So why is it on the files already 5 months earlier or sooner or whatever you... 6 months earlier? That just seems kind of strange, but it's there. But like I mentioned before, it's not the first time that it happens. In the last patch, it was very similar. I originally thought, and by the way, here's another Tushek, nice. I originally thought that maybe they were putting all these files into one single update so that they wouldn't need to update the game again for another, I don't know, 6 months or something like that, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Like I said, on the last update, the previous updates, we also got a ton of stuff that it's still very far away from being released in the game, and yet we got the update just today, another update with another bunch of files for the future. So I really don't know. You know what? I'm gonna avoid the jump, because there was a chance that we were going to collide there, and I don't want to risk him knocking me down, because even though I'm much faster than that car, my acceleration is pretty bad, so... Oh god! Don't want to risk it. So yeah, who knows what they're doing with this update. Again, I'm hyped to see finally the Revuelto over here, but like I said, it's not like it's available or anything. So who knows, we'll see what happens. Maybe they will. I don't know why they're updating the files like this, but hey, whatever, up to them. And that's gonna be another W, Pepe. I mean, let's be fair. Tushek, it's an okay car, but against possibly the best car in the game, does seem kind of unfair, but oh well, that's the 4W. Another thing that just happened over here on the Switch that should have taken longer is that we got the change of the player IDs. You know how in the global version not too long ago they changed all the player IDs so that they kind of the first letter of the player ID indicates which platform you're playing on. On the Switch, it just happened also in this update. And again, that's something that would have taken normally longer, but again, I don't know if they're moving the timetables or what is going on. But there's definitely stuff happening. And what I was saying about the sounds is the fact that, I don't know, there seems that there's a little bit of a bug in this version of the game, in the Switch, where the engine sounds are absurdly loud, which is kind of fun for me because you know that if there's one thing that I've complained for a very long time in this game, it's how very little focus on the engine sounds is or exists in this game. In the regular volume levels, when you install the game for the first time and everything is at 100%, you can barely hear the engine sound. If I remember, I'll put a link to a video that I made on that. Should be in the top right. Again, if I remember to do it. Oh, please don't crash, please don't crash! But no, for some reason now the engine sounds are incredibly loud, and I had to tweak the volumes a ton so that they're not piercingly loud, and to try to balance it out with all of the other sounds in the game. I think I did a decent job, but oh boy, something changed. So, speaking about this car and the Tushek with the last season, like I mentioned, I was able to unlock the Tushek because I already had a bunch of blueprints for it, and thanks to the event, I was able to unlock it. For this one, for the Venom, I only had a tiny bit of blueprints, and with all of the blueprints that I got from its event, I was able to take it to half the star count. Have the blueprint count to unlock it, because this card requires something like 85 blueprints or something crazy like that, right? So I have now like 40 after all of the ones that I got on the event, and I even consider, like, should I unlock this car? Oh god, Jesus Christ, I'm fine. I thought like, well, I do have like 20-something thousand tokens, and this is indeed one of, Jesus Christ, one of the best cars in the game, if not the best right now, right? So should I go for it? I thought. But at the end of the day, I didn't do it, because while, I don't know, the 20-something thousand tokens would have been absolutely good to unlock the car, probably started up like to 2 stars, maybe 3 if I get really lucky. But I really don't, you know how I am. I don't want to spend my tokens in anything that isn't Lambo related, and you know, the Venom is the Venom, but I kind of have my plan of how I want to save my tokens. My original plan was to save a ton of tokens, save pretty much every single token since the... Well, you know that I spent some in the Pagani... not Utopia, the... Oh, Huayra R, that's the one. I spent some tokens, but after that I was like, no, I'm gonna save all my tokens. Maybe I'll spend a little bit once there's a burst of speed that is good for me to maybe start up the Utopia. No, it's what Utopia, no. The Imola. And I still kind of want to do that, but now that I see that so many files are there, and now that the Revuelto is already on the files, it does make me a little bit nervous to think that, are they gonna move it up and maybe the Revuelto event is gonna happen at some other point? Because by the way, the Revuelto event was not necessarily tied to a season. It wasn't related at all to the season in which it happened. It was a completely independent event that was just, that coincide... Oh boy, that was way too high. Oh god, I'm fine. That was released at the time that Lamborghini, the company, announced the Revuelto in real life. That's why that whole thing happened in the time that it happened. So again, it's not tied to any particular season. It's not a car that is necessarily required in any particular season. It's its own thing. So they could very well just release it whenever over here, especially if it's within this year where it's technically still the 60th anniversary of the company, which was the whole big deal about the Revuelto. Now, again, there's no guarantee that they're actually going to move it up or anything. I have no idea, but just the fact that the Revuelto is there on the files makes me nervous. And you know what? I think I'm going to then save my tokens for forever and ever until the car actually shows up. Whether that is in a few months from now or until March as expected. Because I really don't want to risk it. I do want to get the Revuelto. And, you know, I could spend some tokens, like I said, in trying to upgrade my Imola. But the reality is that I don't really need the Imola. I already have a pretty good Class A King in the form of the Lambo Countach PI. I have it at 5 stars, and during the Revuelto event, I plan to take it to 6 stars. So it's not that I need that other car. I just like it a lot, and I have it. But what I'm talking about is starring it up. So no, I think I'm gonna continue saving the tokens, and you know, just. I know I've talked about before how some people ask me from time to time, like, DBT, why didn't you spend your tokens on the Venom? Oh god, on the Venom F5 when it was available the first time? You had a lot of tokens, and my answer was the same one that I give nowadays. I'm saving for Lambos. Listen to this sound. Sometimes the game bugs out and keeps playing the nitro sound, which is kind of like this. But now that the volume's all sorts of weird, it's much more audible. It's weird. I don't know. Holy mother! It's still playing in the menu. You know what? I'm gonna restart the game. Give me a second. One restart later, and there we go. Perfect. Let me queue up again. And one cool thing that happened with this weird update is also, not only do we have the Revuelto in the files, we also have the new splash screen with the Revuelto. You know how when you start the game, it would normally show the Ferrari FXXK. And in the globals, when they added the Revuelto, it changed to the Revuelto. Well, it's the same thing over here. Now we have the Revuelto, so now I get to see it. Oh. Did you hear? Oh, wow. The sounds are different again. What's happening? You can hear when I'm using the... Oh my god, I messed that up. Oh, come on. Don't crash GBT. The other guy, I don't know where he is, but I'm still ahead, so that's good. You hear that clink, clink when I use Nitro? I don't think we could hear that just in the previous races. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with the sounds. It's weird. Oh well. The point is that we hear a lot of the vrooms, and there's absolutely no way that I'm gonna ever be upset about that. Especially since it's the thing that I've criticized so much about this game. And maybe, I mean, I don't think so, but hopefully, now that everybody is forced to hear the vroom so loud, maybe finally, people will start to complain a bit more about the very bad engine sounds in general in the game. There's some that are alright. This isn't bad, this engine sound. But there's so many that are so horrendous. But well, they haven't fixed it in global, they're not gonna fix it over here. But a man can dream, okay? I can dream. Ooh, we got another brave soul on the Tushek. In this track, however, I have a very good chance of beating him. Maybe, we'll see. But another thing that happened with this update, well, you know, the regular stuff that you would expect to happen, the introduction of the wild cards, the new shop layout, the vertical layout as opposed to just horizontal, which is cool and all of that, except that the navigation is a little bit weird because I don't think that menu was necessarily. Oh god, that was so close. I don't think that menu was optimized for control only use, because obviously on the Switch does have a touchscreen, but when you're playing it, oh my god, when you're playing it in docked mode, well, you don't have access to the touchscreen, so you have to control everything with the controller, and that is where that store is having a little bit of troubles with the navigation. So yeah, a bunch of weird things. And by the way, this issue with the sound, the Game Love people confirmed that that cannot be fixed without a hotfix. So I don't know if they're gonna be releasing that anytime soon. In a way, I hope they don't. Well, the sounds are a little bit weird. I do like the fact that the rooms are suddenly so loud for everybody. And again, like I said, maybe people will start noticing how bad some of these are. But that's gonna be number 10. Lovely. And just before I queue up for it, if I win the 11th race, I get 250, which was the maximum reward before. But now the maximum reward is actually 500,000. Now there's a huge difference between 11 and 12. Before the difference, it was 12, it was 250, and 11 was 200. So I never was, you know, if I lost the last race, I was like, that's okay. But now I really want to get to the 12 races. So there is that. Unfortunately, we did get a little bit bamboozled when the patch released, this patch. Because when they set up the 1v1, they set up the wrong rewards. They were so good. They were blueprints for, I think it was for, I don't know. Oh god, hold on. Oh boy, that started wrong. I don't remember, but it was for rare cars. Blueprints for rare cars, and I was like, oh man, oh my god, I was so close again. All right, this guy is giving me a proper fight. Hold up. I passed him thanks to the shockwave. Now I'm ahead, but I must keep my speed, so hold on. Don't want to make this jump too high. And this other jump was the one that I messed up before, so again, not... Oh, I said not too high, DBT, what's wrong with you? Please don't hit it. Oh god. I'm still okay. I lost a ton of speed, but hopefully so did he. And, oh, Jesus. All right, that was a bit tough. But yeah, they put the wrong rewards. It was really good blueprints and tokens. So I instantly thought, oh my god, I need to start playing it. And a bunch of people started playing it right away. But then Joe came and said like, no, actually, those are the wrong rewards. Sorry. So after apologizing, he said that he had to remove that instance. And so he did. So that 1v1 tournament got removed, completely removed. And whoever that participated in it, well, it just suddenly disappeared. I don't think anybody had time to actually claim the good rewards over there, because that was really quickly. Because the moment that people saw the 1v1 was up, they looked into the rewards and everyone was like, oh my god, the rewards are amazing, and people jumped in. And obviously that was also the moment when the Joe was alerted that it had really good rewards, and Joe was like, nope, that's not what it was meant to be. So yeah, a bit of an unfortunate situation, but oh well. But like I said, even then, the 500,000 credits right now, it's a very good reward. Oh, where are you going? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, buddy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no. I feel dirty by having done that, but I'm surprised. I knocked him down. I thought he was gonna knock me down because he was spinning. So does that mean that a car falling on top of another one takes precedence over 316? I didn't think that was the case, so I'm really surprised that happened. But given that this is the 12th race, normally when I feel bad, you know, that I just give away the race. I stop and it's like, okay, he's actually gonna beat me. Yeah, because I messed up that. You know what? That's fair. Completely fair. Well done, sir. Well done. Fortunately, I still have a couple more tries because I hadn't lost a single race yet. So there is that. That's my first loss. Because I do want those 500,000, let me tell you. And people were asking Joe like, well, why did you remove it, Joe? You didn't have to remove it. You could have just left it. And jokingly, but I love what he said. He said, yes, but I like my job. So I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I don't imagine Gamelog would be too happy with. Wait a second, you're giving away a bunch of really useful blueprints, and a bunch of tokens. How dare you? You're not supposed to do that, so oh well. But hey, I hope that these 500,000 credits stay here. Well, that they're here to stay. Because I already play the 1v1s from time to time. And again, the 250,000, it's a decent amount of credits, but let's be honest, it's not a ton. It sounds like a ton, but it isn't. Once you're upgrading cars in class B... Oh, he wrecked. Rip. When you're upgrading B, A, and especially class S cars that take like 30 million to upgrade, then 250,000 isn't really all that much. And 500,000, it's still not too much, but hey, it's still twice better than it was before. So yeah, I hope that it stays here and it was not just a one-off to be like, oh, I'm sorry that I put the wrong rewards, but we'll see, we'll see. And the previous race was a bit messy, but this is gonna be my 12th W in the start of this new patch where things are all sorts of weird. I don't even know what to tell you about this. It's messy, but well, that's normally how it works when there's a new patch and they're doing a bunch of things differently. Lots of things to fix, but 500,000, baby! So there you have it. That is the 1v1. I'll do another one with the Tushek and we'll see how far I can get with that thing. Because with the Venom versus Tusheks, it made sense that I was gonna beat it, though there was a lot of Venom on Venom action, so there is that. But alright, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, all of that good stuff. Check these other videos related to, I have no idea what, but since I made them very, very good. Or so I want to believe. But yeah, check them out. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.